Alrighty, Sharp Customs. I think I remember what the last video was. Oh yeah, the coupes and the boat hull. The boat hull. Sorry folks, it's taken a stall. Just because, you know, priority takes over. Let's just say that. So, one of those coupes, the dark one, sitting there, has been completely stripped out. I detailed the motor, clear coated it, did like a fakey. I don't want to go over that way because camera girl's getting like glare, the sun coming through the window. Maybe I'll just grab it. We got this. So I just smoked, believe it or not, I just smoked a receiver. Hooking it up to this, and I've got an older one for my Tactic. Oh yeah, now it's yeah, we got some buzzing going on. It's not a very good but yeah, you can see I airbrushed the grill shroud, just to make it look like, you know, something.
Like a grill.
Yeah, well, like a grill. But yeah, I got that bracket powder coated. Made this funky tune pipe from one of those little curly tune pipes. I got a few of them, and I thought, yeah, I'll chop one up. Actually, sounds pretty good. I had the whole rear end, pulled the whole rear end apart because there's set screws down in here in the axle tubes, and I think from the first time I ever, you know, put the unit all together, they weren't, you know, they weren't quite tight. So I actually had one wheel. I had one axle just kind of freewheeling on the other shaft for the grinder rear end. But this car is making its way to New Jersey in the next few days. So I wanted to, you know, I wanted to clean it up, get everything finished. I had no intentions. This is my scratch build, and I had no intentions of selling it. But you know what? Hey, somebody messaged me, and they wanted it. They actually wanted both. They wanted the yellow coupe and this, you know, root beer flake, whatever you want to call it. I'm gonna fire it up because during the process, I had this thing was almost completely stripped. The motor was clean, you know, good old spray 9. I soaked her down with some spray 9, cleaned it. I took the carburetor off, put a little velocity stack on the carburetor, and inside the carburetor I actually took it apart because I had some issues with it, and the screen inside that little carburetor was kind of gunged up. But I'm going to stick the body on it, and we're going to fire it up so you can see how it's way more snappy now. Like, I would have loved to have taken it out tonight and you know, run it in the parking lot or something like that, but I don't want to break something else on it, considering I need to kind of package it up and, you know, ship it out. But yeah, maybe we won't put the body on it. We'll just fire it up, just so I can kind of keep an eye on it. You'll get to hear it and whatnot. But yeah, let's do it. We're just gonna run it for a minute. It's a much louder with that pipe. Probably shouldn't be burning the you know, the rubber off, but yeah, as you can see, it's much more snappy. It still doesn't have a brake mechanism. I'm hoping that the you know, the fella who is buying it, he'll do something. I can hear So this little receiver I got right here, it's working, but I can hear some stuff. That one was always a little bit twitchy. Now, what I'm going to say is here's the one. Here's the one. This was my Old Faithful. They're the same. You know, they're just tactics. You know, they're only about, I think they're only about $12. This was my Old Faithful. Now, this one was being used in the jet boat. So that makes me think it got wet, because as soon as I didn't even have the servos plugged in, I just plugged the battery in and poof, away it went. That's you know, your typical electrical stuff with me. Electrical and water, it just doesn't mix. But so yeah, this one's been all nice and cleaned up. I'll clean these wheels back up. We got dirt on them now, but I'm gonna unplug this servo. This one's going without an RX or TX, so the servos are staying there. Like I said, I've cleaned it all up. I even got rid of, I don't know if you all remember, but the tops of these shock towers had the little purple caps on them, and it was bugging me today. They were purple. I was gonna pull the shocks off and I was gonna spray them black, and then I was like, oh yeah, maybe I can just run those little caps, you know, on the wire wheel and take the purple anodize off. And I was surprised how easy it come off. It was like, that, you call that anodizing? No, that's you know, cheap anodizing, starting with a C. We're gonna throw this back on the bench, and I'm gonna show you something else, which I think it's been in previous videos. Yeah, this one stinks. It's burnt. I just pulled it out of the garbage can. I pitched it over there into the garbage. I'm gonna set this back up. I was trying to keep it clean, you know, so when I'm gonna take the rear wheels off, and I'm gonna package them inside, somewhere either inside the box. Maybe they'll fit inside the cab. You know, like I said, I had no intentions of letting my scratch built go, but can't keep them all. Like I've always said, everything up there on the shelf, minus the gray jet boat and the gray car. You know, I've got the yellow coupe. I've got the Chevy truck. I got a couple GT40s. I got some other stuff upstairs also, and it's always for sale. You know, I'll let it go, because you know, my whole agenda with this game is I'm a builder. I love to build the stuff, and if I can sell one of my creations to somebody else and they get the enjoyment out of it, that's kind of always been my thing. You know, I don't have, what do you call that? I don't have attachments, you know, to this stuff. You know, I do spend a lot of time and energy creating this stuff, but as far as attachments, no. I would rather see somebody else get you know, joy out of the stuff that I build. That to me is more that's more fulfilling. That's all I can say. That's more fulfilling, knowing that somebody else is going to get, you know, they can take it around to car shows, they can show it off, they can, you know, run it in their local parking lot like I do, you know. No, that, you know, good deal too. That's what I'm going to say. Really good deal. So I got to make a box. I got to make a box to put this car in, and I've got lots of cardboard boxes. You know, you would almost think that we are, look at the boxes. You can see the logo, eh? You can see the logo all over the boxes, eh? Amazon, yeah. You know, here's some more stuff down here. Amazon. I can't help it. Yeah, so I pulled this out because this is actually a box gluing gun. This is the weapon. And I'm pretty sure I've shown this in other videos. And it's a pretty cool unit. We have air hooked up to it. We have the electricity. It's got the on-off switch here. It is a bit of a leaker. It always leaving these big goopy puddles of glue if I don't pull back on basically the air cylinder. If I don't pull back on the air cylinder, it'll just keep kind of oozing out the glue. But yeah, it's kind of cool because it reminds me of like a weapon, okay? Because there's one cartridge down there, and then you can pop in a couple more cartridges, and when you finish one, you just pull back on this lever, the air cylinder, and you load up another one. But anyhow, so I have to make a 42 by 18 by somewhere around 15, 16 box, and so far I started it already. And like I say, this glue gun, that thing's I'm not sure of the weight. I'm gonna say 26, 27 pounds. So I have an idea. I got this. I've ripped apart a couple of old dressers. Dressers you put your clothes in, and the backs of them it's not really wood. It's like a thick cardboardy material. And I'm actually going to cut a piece to fit in the bottom of this for that to sit on in the box as soon as I get the box made. But I thought I would show you. It's something different here at Sharp Customs, and I'm building these boxes. I take multiple boxes and I build one big box, and I thought, hey, you know what? I'll show you the coupe that's going to be shipped out in this box, and I'll show you a little bit of how I go about putting the box together. Why not? So this is cool. So I'm going to put a glue strip up here. Come on, baby. What's going on here? Something's stuck. We got lots of air. There we go. It just took a second. So we just do a little strip. Get this lined up. Yeah, sometimes I gotta. Now it doesn't cool. It does. I'll put a piece of cardboard in there. I'll cut a strip. I'll fill it. I'll make sure that it's sealed. Now that, like I say, this has to be a lot taller than it is right now. The bigger piece of the box here was what it was. Yeah, this stuff, if you don't hold it, I wish I had some big clamps, because the glue takes time. Doing stuff on the bottom, like I glued all these panels down. It's like they just sit flat, so it's easy peasy. So what I do to get my my knife's in there. What I do to to make creases, or let's say bends, I just take the knife. It's pretty, this is corrugated cardboard. I just kind of do the old just kind of give it one of those, and as long as the other stuff's not in the way, I give it a bend. And yeah, so the cardboard is technically half cut. Yeah, that one keeps coming apart. Like I say, this glue takes a little bit of time to dry. So I could go inside or I could go outside with this one. I'll go inside, yeah. And then we'll just put a nice bead of the glue. And you can put this glue, I'm not going to go right to the top. I mean, it's a pretty, I just got another idea. I've been needing packing tape, so of course Amazon, we ordered a bunch of rolls. This will help. This will definitely help. Hold it together while the glue dries, because it is. I'm going to tell you right now, the glue coming out of that gun. Well, earlier actually some fell on my hand, and yeah, it's already starting to blister. So yeah, it's definitely hot. I know this might seem boring, but you know what? I ship a lot of stuff, and I'm not really one to run out to UPS or FedEx or some box making place and make box, because, well, as you can see, this box is coming here all the time, and it's like, why would I buy them when I can take, this will take me, maybe an hour of my time. Like, you're reduce, reuse, and recycle. That's what I say. Otherwise, all these boxes, I have to cut all these boxes up and put them in the recycle bin. And it's like, I would rather just reuse them. And that's the same as, I got a box over there full of packing, the bubble packing material. And it's like, I don't throw it out. I keep it all. I store it all, because, you know what? I'm going to be shipping something, and I'm going to need some packing. Think about it. If you had to go to one of them depots where you buy all that stuff all the time, you got to go buy a box, and then you go buy the bubble wrap and whatnot. It's like, no, recycle the stuff that you get.
You just like using the superpowered glue gun.
I do. It's not really working very well, though, for some reason. I don't get it. I do like the big old glue gun. I do like the big glue gun. Yep. Can you just press in on it a wee bit? I'm going to grab the tape. Yeah. We'll tape it together. Tape it together. I'm telling you though, once this glue dries, yeah, it takes a little bit. It's so hot coming out of the gun. But yeah, and tape, these rolls of tape, are cheap. So, we're not going to shoot a video of me doing the whole, what is our air pressure? Why is my glue gun, normally that glue gun, it's spewing out the glue like there's no tomorrow. So I'm thinking I need roughly about 15 inches, because I'm going to take the wheels off of that car. But I want room for packing, so I'm going to mark this. 15 inches. This is kind of how I do it. There's a whole art in making a cardboard box, believe it or not. There is a whole art. Trust me, camera girl has watched me do it, and I usually slap these things you know, this one we're doing a, you know, we're doing a bit of a video, so like I'm talking. But yeah, so I just mark my height like there. You know, I need 15 inches, and then I take the knife and I just go. If it were sharp, hence. So I don't go all the way through, and now, and I'll do that all the way around at 15 inches, and there we go. You get a nice clean, bend, and all these joints, it doesn't matter because I use the tape around the outside afterwards to, you know, tape it all up. Hoping that it's not going to fall apart in transit, because that would just be, you know, that would suck. That's all I'm going to say. So I'm just going to go around 15 inches. It doesn't have to be, you know, this, it's not rocket science. It's not rocket science by any means. And then if I have to fill, like, because, you know, this, once this is bent over and this is bent over, they're not going to meet. They're not going to meet in the metal. But that's what I got all the excess, you know, cardboard boxes for. I'll just hack through that stuff on the top. Same here. So this one we can cut up. This one I could probably, I'd probably get rid of that one. I don't need it. There you go. See, you just cut the inside just a little bit. I don't get too carried away. I don't draw lines. I'm just guessing at, you know, where I'm coming across to my marks. I don't get too carried away with being too accurate making a cardboard box. It's just got to be strong enough, you know, to hold what I'm shipping. There you go. As you can see, and I'll do that all the way around. And like I said, I'm going to take that. I'll actually show you some of that stuff. I actually grabbed the piece I'm going to glue in there. Right here, I'll cut it. I don't even know what you call this. It's just, I call it hardboard. So, you know, this was from an old dresser and it's just been kicking around. I was going to chop it up. I really don't like to, you know, to burn this stuff. To me, it's like compressed cardboard, you know, or sawdust. But yeah, I'll cut this to fit in the bottom. Obviously, I'm going to need a little bit more, which I have more. And I'll glue this down in the bottom. I'll probably layer the sides with a little extra cardboard. And it'll be tough as nails. Trust me. And this glue gun keeps leaking. It leaves these little, I call them little poo puddles of hot glue. I mean, yeah, you get it stuck all over the table. Oh, there we go. Yeah, look. See? Little poo puddle. Oh yeah, by the way, I didn't show you. I've got, look at this box of cartridges that I got with the gun. And it's I wouldn't say it's a lifetime supply, but it's, you know, it's a lot of glue sticks, man. This thing has been sitting up until I started making the fiberglass bodies. This thing never got used for anything. It just, the gun sat in the box sat upstairs, and the last 2.5 years that I've been, you know, shipping the fiberglass bodies, it's coming damn handy. I'll tell you that right now, man. There you have it, man. I'm gonna play with my cardboard box a little longer. And there you go, man. you got to see a little bit more. I wanted to be cruising along on the jet boat build, but you'll just have to come back to see that, because yeah, I was playing with it yesterday, and I was like, oh man, I got priorities. I gotta get this, gotta get this all cleaned up, gotta get it torn down, gotta go over it, gotta get it ready to ship out. And then, of course, I did a small brake job today on somebody's vehicle, and that was quick though. I burned that out in no time. But yeah, now I got to make a box, and I did want to run this car, so you could see it go again without me smashing it into a curb and breaking the straight axle and whatnot. But yeah, sweet looking ride Buddy's gonna get, and I'm making the box for his sweet bride. And yeah, man, Sharp Customs. Share, like, subscribe. Thank you to all my brand new subscribers. Got quite a few in the last few days. And I want to say thank you to all the people that were commenting. Like, mostly the new subscribers, man. You old subscribers, man, you guys gotta step it up, man. I always comment back to you all. But yeah, keep on rocking, man. Love you all. Peace. I'm out.